Hello, Indians, and we're back with another newscast.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
What are you talking about? We do this all the time.
No, we don't. Recently, the drama musical was canceled.
And now they're doing the children's play, The Phantom Tollbooth. What complications came up when you were planning for the musical?
Money.
At first it was announced that we were going to do a Monty Python Spamalot, and seniors in choir and drama were so excited because it was their big musical for the end of the year. But then there wasn't enough money, and a lot of scheduling stuff was messed up, so it got canceled.
We are doing The Phantom Tollbooth.
It's a children's play, and it's about a boy named Milo. He's 8 years old, and one day he gets bored after coming home from school, and he realizes there's nothing to do at home, and then he receives this giant toll booth, and it takes him on this journey into another world.
There's a fight scene at the end of the play between the kings and the smelling bee and all these demons. And it's this grand finale fight scene, and he's choreographing it. That's what he does, actually. He's more of a fight coordinator, choreographer. That's what he does for a living. So he gets hired for film sets and shoot different shoots and different plays all over the Bay Area. And so that's what so to have him here and to teach us, I don't do fight choreography personally. I'm not skilled at that. So it's been really nice having that extra collaboration. It's actually been a very enjoyable process, and it's been great, very positive.
It's great that they're still doing a play after all that's happened.
I look forward to watching the new product. Do you know about the cats on campus?
It sounds like the cat's out of the bag.
I think it sounds like a cat catastrophe.
Let's take a meowment to appreciate it.
No more cat puns, Emma.
What? Why not?
Did you know that we have stray cats on campus?
Yeah, I've seen a couple myself.
We have found a cat on campus, Mr. Whiskers. Most people did not know about Mr. Whiskers, but we are going to prove his existence with hidden cameras, some handheld footage, and cat bait. And the school is doing nothing about Mr. Whiskers. They should have fed and sheltered him, but they just cast away his existence. They need to fix this issue right meow.
Maybe Mr. Whiskers was catnapped.
Stop with the cat jokes, Emma.
Why are you not in a punny mood?
No, and I never was. Have you ever tried to go on websites, but they're blocked?
Of course not, because you're always doing your work and never on your phone because you're a responsible student.
What do the students think?
What's your opinion on the school blocking websites?
I think it's helpful because I have to get on certain websites, but they don't allow them anymore, and the internet is really slow because of it. So
we all know the school uses Instagram to keep up with the students, but since Instagram is blocked, how do you think that affects it? Do you think it's fair that they have access to it and we don't?
I think it is, and it also isn't at the same time. I think it's fair because, we go to school to learn, obviously. So, being on your phone during class and Instagram and stuff, it's not really productive. But, the fact that they have access to it is kind of fair. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of unfair because, they're here to work, so.
Now, we know the district blocks websites. Is an influence that the school has on what sites get blocked?
No, it's random blocking of websites, and that happens at the district technology office, and they scan different websites, and they're always looking at different kinds of websites. They get advisories from other school districts in terms of websites that should be blocked. So it's random. I don't know what their criteria is, and I think there's no criteria except that the one thing they want, of course, is that the websites that our kids do have access to are safe and they're respectful and they're not predatory, you know, and I know that that's a big interest that they have. But in terms of, and music, you know, they're not going to let kids listen to music and all that. So it's something we're learning too. And as we've opened up our web or the internet, and we have wireless now, there's so much more access that kids have. I think they're a little more aggressive on what they're letting people look at and what they're not letting people look at.
Do you think it's fair that the schools are allowed to use Instagram, but the students can't to see what the school's posting?
I think that's definitely something we need to look at in terms of the access for kids. And I would predict that the reason that's happening is that people don't understand the whole how schools are using social media, and that one of the things we're working really hard at Napa High is to use social media in a productive, informational manner and help kids see how that can be used. And I think we do a really good job with that. And we're pretty aggressive with our social media. So that's probably something we need to talk to the district about. Yeah. That's just something they don't understand, how we're using it in a way, modeling really for kids, how to use social media in a real productive way.
Well, it's bigger than just school when it comes to internet blocking.
That explains it.
You know what, Cal? I want to be a dancer.
Leave the dancing to the jazz dance classes.
Was it hard for you to learn all the steps for the rally?
No, I think it was hard at first, but because we rehearsed it so many times, it got better, kind of, so I was pretty confident. At first, I didn't want to take on the part at all, but after a while, I got a little more, okay with it, and the routine, it became easier to me, so I was like, okay. I think the hardest part was probably remembering to smile all the time, because as I dance, I kind of forget that, you're still performing in front of a lot of people, so you have to remember to always smile, and when you think so hard, you kind of forget about it. Yeah, facial expressions, yeah. That's the big thing from our dance teacher. At home, I would practice my steps a lot, and just walk around the kitchen, I'd dance or something, but mostly in dance practice, we go over our hip hop routines and any routine basically a lot, over and over again.
Oh, they're a lot better than I am.
They're a lot better than all of us.
Speaking about being active, don't we have news on sports?
Let's get to it.
What a wild 2 weeks it's been of sports here at Napa High. Our wrestling team defeated Vintage Huge by a score of 49-16 in Big Meet. In big game basketball, our boys took a tough loss versus the Crushers, but Napa had bright spots as Tom Solomon had 24 points along with 10 rebounds. Also, Cal Bard had 15. Vintage was led by Connor Backey, who had 17 points, while Ian Miller had 14 for the Crushers. Our girls basketball team also played Vintage at home, and boy was this one a blowout, as the final was Napa 64, Vintage 18. Good job, ladies. One of Napa High football's very own signed a national letter of intent to go to UC Berkeley. He was joined by his family, friends, and of course the media for this massive event. He is the third Napa High football player to go to a Pac-12 school in the last 7 years. What a crazy 2 weeks we've had in sports. I don't think there's any more. Be sure to come back next time for CIF Sac Joaquin Section basketball playoffs and spring sports.
Austin Aaron is one of the school's best football players.
Yes, and with all of his success, he's destined for great, great things in college.
See you next time, Indians.